to another episode of the Undisputed Combo Podcast with myself, the El Toro Fuerte, that dude Colby, the Unfound Prodigy, and Shadowhaunt Joker. What is new, fellas? How have you been? How's your week been?
Been pretty solid.
All right. Excellent. Well, let's start off with our shout outs. And I have a few, so I'll go ahead and start. Again, shout out to Dulian TV with his Digimon content. He's doing a lot of live streams, doing a lot of good things other than TCG. The Burial Ground podcast from my friend Mark. If you're into wrestling and you want to hear about his unfiltered opinions on everything, he's very genuine, very raw. So be careful if you're easily offended. This is not for you, but if you do want to take a chance, give him a listen. I think you'll find it entertaining. And big shout out to Isela's Art. So she is a local artist here. You can find her on Instagram. It's ICELAS_art, and she does phenomenal work. I actually picked up a piece just this week. Look at that. So this is Graffiti Eye, and so I really loved it. And this is the actual original, not a print. And my son Vegeta claimed it, so we're gonna be hanging it. This is his room, by the way. So there's all his stuff. We'll hang it on this wall over here or something like that. But yeah, so that is what I have for shout outs. Why don't we go with you, Mr. Prodigy? Who do you want to, if you have any?
Let's see, shout outs. Not much today, but I do want to give a shout out to all those Instagram people who are posting their collector's rares and whatnot on Instagram. What's the Meta Bros guys?
Super Meta Bros.
Check them out. They're pretty cool guys. Their content is amazing. Yeah, I think that's it for today.
All right, Colby.
Yeah, I want to shout out two people actually. Augustine for having the duel with me against my Salamangreat. Very fun duel. And then there's one more person. Let me get the name real quick. It was Andrew TCG. He's actually I'm actually teaching him all about Ignisters.
Very nice. And last but certainly not least, our friend Shadowhaunt Joker. Let us hear it.
Actually, I don't really have a shout out. Guys, it's time. And all my fellow duelists. Waifu season's coming. It's time to show that we're very committed to our cards as well as our relationships. And you know what just came out recently? Pink Diamond Dragon Shield sleeves.
Ooh.
Give those waifu cards the love and commitment that they deserve.
Yes, the waifu tax indeed. I mean, it seems like any time a new waifu card comes out, that the prices just go up.
All the time.
Yeah, even with the sulfa cord, which I don't know the specific names of them, but I've noticed that the prices are going back up. But yes, dress them up in those pink, and they'll look beautiful. And I'm with you on that. So I'm gonna have to figure out maybe I'll switch out my evil twin deck.
Hey, I think Pink Diamond's our girl's best friend, or should I say a waifu's best friend?
I like it. Tagline, hey, new hashtag or something like that. So excellent. All right. Well, let's move on. So we have a new segment that we thought of, and so some of us are going to participate, others not. I participated, and I think I'm going to bow out. It's called What Did You Pull? And so what we're doing is we're going to go buy a couple of packs, each of us, and see what we pulled. Now, I'm going to go first because I bought 6 packs total, and I bought 2 of the Ancient Guardians, 2 before that, and 2 before that, whatever the set was. And I didn't pull anything really good. I pulled a couple of some Drytron super rares, and it was just almost instant buyer's remorse. So I will be giving those cards away to somebody random, probably on Instagram at some point. So if you get a random DM from me and you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player, yeah. So okay, so
give away those super rares.
Yeah, I don't play Drytron. So Mr. Prodigy, anything on your end?
Let's see here. I did my buyer's remorse buy on our first episode. I think that's the last buy I bought. Packs I bought of Ancient Guardians. I actually went to a card shop the other day and I kind of skipped on it. There's only 2 packs left, and I was kind of wary. I was like, I don't know if there's gonna be anything good in there. So I closed my eyes and I walked out the store, guys. I couldn't do it.
Hey, I got to give you a lot of credit for doing that. That took some willpower right there. And thank you, by the way, for those pictures. Was that the same store that you were sending the pictures of the Lego and those big statues that they had built?
Oh, that was a different store.
Oh,
That
okay.
store there was Barnes and Nobles. You guys gotta check it out. The New York City Barnes and Nobles is pretty nice. Yeah, they have a lot of Lego statues.
Very
You should see.
nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Colby, what about you? What did you pull, or have you opened your packs yet?
I pulled 2 Skullmeister and Pankratops, and I actually got another one right here.
Ooh,
Oh.
you gonna crack it on camera?
Yeah, why not?
Excellent. All right. So you're gonna have to talk us
All
through
right.
this. This is exciting. Maybe
Save
this is
adult, another Pankratops.
Hey.
Immediately.
Last week's topic.
More reptile support.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. We get a collector's right
A
here.
Draco Slayer.
Not bad.
Reptiles. I don't know if this is actually good one. I think this is
The
this is the one with the wing
Naminaga,
edition.
yeah, it's 50-50.
Weren't one of you guys building the pendulums?
There you go. Mr.
There we go.
Joker.
Bears.
The Bears.
Oh well.
It's okay.
Buyer's remorse, I guess.
You know, it happens.
I pulled Pankratops though.
Hey, can't go wrong with the Pankratops. I
Can't
mean,
go wrong with
that might be worth it, you know.
Yeah. Famous
Yeah,
calling me.
so, awesome. And Mr. Joker, what about you?
Collectors for a Yugioh.
Oh yeah.
Once again, and yeah, the man is on fire with collector's rares. I did watch your video of the premiere, and I was expecting that, but I was still pleasantly surprised to see you pull that. That was amazing.
At first I was like, oh no, I didn't get it in the first pack like I normally do.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing I'm building this deck.
And I think I even heard you. Correct me if I'm. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, guy.
I was gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I heard you say, "Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna pull a collector's rare."
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations. Keep that up. It's all that good karma from all the work that you're doing in the community, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and everything. So yeah, I hope that luck keeps finding its way towards you and you get those. Now we need our friend Mr. Prodigy here to get his collector's rare or even Starlight rare.
One.
Yeah.
I need one, guys.
Yeah.
I only have one in my collection. That's like probably my best pull yet. And that's like when I first got Yugioh. I didn't even know Starlights were a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? A rainbow card here? This is amazing. Like
beautiful cards.
Yeah.
Well, funny story. My brother-in-law, who I gotten into Yu-Gi-Oh the last few years, he just before this whole craziness came about where stuff was being bought out, he would go to Target and Walmart and just buy random packs of stuff. And he bought a blister pack from a Walmart, and he ended up pulling one of the Drytron collector rares. He had no idea. I was going through his collection. I'm going through, what? This is a collector's rare. I've never even pulled one. And it's just luck of the draw. That's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, so we need to we sleeve that up, put it in a top loader, and I told him just take care of it. And I didn't try and trade it from him, didn't offer him a dark magician or anything like that. So. Awesome. Well, great. So on to the next segment. What we want to talk about is what's new. And I don't want to necessarily go first because I do have a lot to say, but why don't we start with Colby? What's new with Colby? What's new in I guess anything, movies, games, whatever it is. Talk to us.
Nothing too new as of recent, really. It's more just so of making up the decks. I actually just finished ordering all my AI cards and the sleeves and everything, so that's gonna be coming in soon. I made a few changes with deck wise. Movie and game wise, actually trying to reach advanced levels in Rise, the Monster Hunter game I've been playing. So the original level you had to be to fight the last boss was 40. I'm trying to reach 100.
Okay.
And I'm only at 53 right now.
Okay.
So I still got a long time.
You're over the halfway point.
Yeah, just the halfway point.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Joker, what's new in your world?
Well, I'm in the process of trying to get some of the bulk cards that I got out to anyone really, if they have like kids or somewhere. And also, I've been meaning to check out this new YouTube video that everybody's been telling me, hey, you gotta watch it. It's kind of like you. But I'm looking for it And I'm like, where is it? Because every time I click on the link, it's like it's a dead link. Okay. So I'm literally telling anybody that knows this. I think it's called the Voodoo Boogaloo. There's a guy that's doing like this weird voodoo version of a boogaloo dance. Someone said it reminds them of how I used to dance when I was in high school, and I'm like, well, show it to me.
Well, I got to see that now too, because I'm all one for a silly dancing video.
Yeah.
When I'm on Instagram and I see the reels, you see everybody's doing, their little dance moves, but I like the more silly ones where people are actually going out of the way to be silly and they work, rather than just somebody, doing that and like, okay, yeah, you and every other million people doing it, but whatever. That's just me. And so, and Mr. Prodigy, what is new in your world? What's going on?
Let's see here. I might be skipping the gun, guys, but I might be betraying Evil Twin soon. I might be. You guys saw the Lightning Overdrive reveals openings this week, and I'm interested in Amazement, guys. It seems very interesting. The trap deck engine seems pretty awesome, and I love the cards. The artwork is awesome. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. I think I'll be building that next. That's my next venture, guys.
Great. Well, definitely that'll be a lot of fun, and the deck, the artwork on all that stuff is really awesome. I have not read into the effects or anything too much, but when you showed me the pictures, I was in a little bit of amazement.
That deck's gonna take you for a ride.
Oh yeah.
But I know Nate, one of my friends that I hear, they're actually interested in that archetype as well. And they're already like, yeah, we pull any of the AI cards, we'll pass them for you for any Amazement cards.
Nice. Get it going. Yeah, I know he likes those types of decks, and that maybe I'll take a gander at it, because we'll talk more when we get into that topic on Lightning Overdrive. So, well, anything else new? Any other watching any new anime or any shows or anything like that?
I finished Castlevania.
Oh, nice.
What was Castlevania like?
That was literally a thrill ride.
Okay.
I was happy with it.
Great.
I've been meaning
to start it since it debuted, and I still have not gotten through the first episode, and that's because I keep getting distracted, and so someday I'll sit down and just binge watch it. We'll see. But as far as what's new with me, just a couple things I want to bring up. First off is a new game that I've been following. They're going to do a Kickstarter. I want to say June 8th, and it's called Arakan Wars, Arackhan. I could be pronouncing that incorrectly. And that looks amazing. I've seen some of the artwork and just the game setup, and that is one that I'm definitely going to check out. You can just look up that name, Arackhan Wars, on Instagram, and that'll take you right to their page. You can kind of flip through their pictures. So that is exciting for me. I did receive my Yang Zing Unleashed triplicate, thankfully, so now I can finish my Sun Avalon deck. So that'll be something I'm looking forward to. Yeah. And big shout out to Game Time CC. That's who I bought it from TCG Player, the 3 cards, and they fair price, really cheap price, but it arrived pretty quickly and just really well packaged, real safe. And so I was very happy with that. Next, the Overwatch anniversary. To me personally, I'm a big Overwatch player. Has been so much fun. I pulled my first loot box, and I pulled the Sombra cat or kitty, whatever it's called. That was the one I really wanted, but there are several that I still want to get. So I may bite the bullet and buy loot boxes. Don't quote me on that, but we'll see.
We need to play Overwatch again.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna say I'm gonna wait till the very last day and see what I pull from those loot boxes. So and then I was actually giving my partner that I play Overwatch with, Ronner, and I was giving a little bit of crap on Instagram the other day because he wanted it too, but he ended up getting the Sombra icon. So he was like, "Well, you may have the skin, but you don't have the icon." Right, all right. So, fair enough.
Make sure you get the Baptiste skin. Make sure you get it.
Yeah, that is the next one. That one and the Wrecking Ball are the ones I really want to get. And he ended up pulling the Junkrat, and that's his favorite is Junkrat. So he ended up pulling that ice cream cone Junkrat.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. Yeah. And so that's what's going on there. And then I was looking in at new anime, and it looks like I came across one called Scarlet Nexus that's due to come out on Funimation on, looks like July 1st. So I believe it's based on a video game, if I'm not mistaken. You guys may know more, but the cover looked cool, and I was reading a little bit about the story. So that's something to look forward to in terms of anime. But
that's neat. I never heard of it.
Yeah, check it out. Look it up. It actually looks pretty cool. It might be something you might like, Kobe. I know a couple of animes that you've been into. I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Check it out. Definitely check it out. So, all right. So that's all I kind of have for what's new. Let's talk about Lightning Overdrive. Early look.
Let's talk about it.
I haven't been following the openings. I haven't seen any videos, but I know you three have checked a few of them out. So Prodigy, talk to us a little bit about what you've seen. What are your early thoughts?
All right, so I didn't go into the set list as much when it was first premiered. While the set was first premiered, but after seeing the openings, it's pretty interesting. There's a pretty good support archetype, I guess, in that set. There's a lot of plants, guys. If you're into plants, this is your box. Like, the plants are in here. Black Rose Dragon is making an appearance once again with its upgrade. Is it Ruddy Rose Dragon, something like that? They changed it. You can't say blood in TCG for some reason, so it's Ruddy.
Ill blood.
You can't say blood.
That's spelled with a U, BLUDT, right?
Yeah, but we could still have gotten it that way.
Maybe they pronounce it.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
So it's Ruddy, and this is a pretty cool card. I've seen some comments from YouTubers saying that it's a little too late. Like, certain cards like was it Lunar Eclipse? Not Lunar Eclipse, the new Book of Moon upgrade. I forgot its name.
Book of the Lunar Eclipse?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah. There's a lot of comments going around saying that the secret rares aren't all that, but I'm enjoying this set so far. I think it's a pretty good set compared to the past ones, anyways.
Colby, what are your early thoughts on Overdrive, the cards, and give us your take?
Overall, the set isn't too bad. Personally, I wish the secrets were slightly better, but I mean, at the same time, they're not. I'm comparing it to like Rise of the Duelist, and Rise of the Duelist spoiled us like heavily. But overall, as I said, it's not too bad. I definitely can't complain with the Ignitor support, more specifically aiming at when I first met you and Dark Infant at Ignitor, because those two basically turn the deck into just one card engines. Infant finds your field spell, which is required, and then when I first met you, just gets you into anything you really want just fine. And the cost of it isn't even that bad. You take 2,300 unless you special summon the monster. Well, if you're searching for Doyon, which is dark, then you're gonna have to special summon Dark Templar, which you do basically just by breathing. It's always the go-to when you're going first or going even second, and you want to OTK with them.
All right.
So overall, I think this set's pretty good. But do I think the secrets could have been better? Probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, not every set's going to be a Rise or Eternity Code.
Yeah, those were some.
Those were just
good ones.
really, really good sets. Access Code Talker, Forbidden Droplet. God,
too many, right? Triple talents, and
and then
Ice Dragon's Prison, and
Alpha was in Phantom Rage. What am I talking about?
All right. Mr. Joker, what are your thoughts? I know you got a lot to say about this set.
First, I'm going to get rid of the cons. There's 3 cards that should have been super rares or at least something. Scrap Dinosaur, Scrap Raptor. That should have been a super rare. Come on now. The Plunder Patrol, that should have been a super, but I will not. I will just let it go. And one card in particular should have just been common. The other little War Rock monster should have been a straight up. But I understand they bumped it up to a secret rare. I'm like, okay, Boss Monster, they did the same thing with Light Swarms.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. Now, there's 2 cards in particular that I just want to say, yes. The other monster, what was its name? The Dark Honest, Secret rare, yes.
Yes.
Because regular honest started out as a secret rare / ghost. So it being a secret rare, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, that amazement monster as a secret rare. Wow. I like the artwork on it. I may get rid of a bunch of copies of that later, but I'm keeping one just on the artwork alone. Just one.
And it's me.
Just one.
I don't care about the other ones, just as long as I have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the artwork on that card is amazing, guys. You gotta look at it, and it looks like a starlight. Even if it's a secret, it just looks amazing. It's beautiful. I don't know.
Ooh,
Your
all right.
live twin gonna be a starlight.
She has to be. She
Her
has to be.
sister
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
There
There-
is one. Go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there was one other thing I forgot to mention. Where's the Salmon Great support? I'm waiting.
I thought it was a common. That was the other thing. That I think there was one Salmon Great card, but I don't think they like read it and showed it out. They just quickly zipped through because they already found the foil.
Oh, okay.
So
I-
I think
What was
it's
it?
there.
I
don't
haven't heard of
know.
it. I'm pretty.
It looked like a monster.
If it looked like an animal and was on fire, likely was them.
Yeah,
Some
I
kind of feathered animal or something.
I know there's a
feathered-
4-star Sacro monster that I wanted.
Here's how to make a salad card. Take a random animal, put it on fire. There you go.
There you go. That's true.
Salmon
Yeah,
Great.
that's true.
Complete.
Yeah. Well, I haven't had a chance to watch any of the openings yet, but I know you all were sharing pictures earlier, and I've seen some of the other ones. And there was a Starlight Rare. I think it was one of the Link monsters, right? The one of the Charmers, if I'm not mistaken. I could be
Charmer
wrong.
got it.
Yeah,
Yep, it was a
so they
Charmer.
got that.
Mhm.
I'm anxious to see if the evil twin will get a Starlight Rare. That would be neat. But I definitely want to get at least one or two from my core that I have set aside. So I may take a look at that. I honestly, I was a little disappointed that the S-Force cards are commons. And so I will. I know Colby, you gave me the info on S-Force Chase. So I'm kind of reading it right now, and you're right. It does look a little good. It has some neat artwork, but overall, it's I was wanting more shiny cards for my S-Force. So I I definitely want to pick up 3 Dark Honest. So I will be buying singles. Not gonna do any packs, not gonna buy any boxes, no sealed product for me. So yes, I will be on the lookout for those good, fairly priced. Hopefully it's not too high, because it is a good card. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later. So my early views is it's a decent set, not good enough to get me to buy a box or even a pack. So I'm just gonna chase the singles. Hopefully I can stick to it this time, because I always end up breaking. I go to Showtime Cards or somewhere and I see them, like, oh, I'll get some packs. All right. And then I open it and they have instant buyer's remorse. So, but yeah, overall, the amazements that you shared earlier, I may take a look at those. I know I was looking at the chords. I wanted to do that at first, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, I'm gonna need to put on some reading glasses to play them, and it's not gonna work. Yeah. So yeah, it's okay. So overall, I guess we're kind of okay on the set. It's an okay set, nothing too great, nothing too terrible, but hey,
You're gonna give your 1 out of 10s, guys. Your 1 out of 10s. Your set.
I say 7.
7 out of 10. Okay.
Compared to Blazing Vortex, I think it's an 8.
Blazing Vortex. Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Look, notice how everybody is like, yeah. It's like we're trying to forget Blazing Vortex all of a sudden.
Yes. What you think, but what Blazing Vortex? Everybody, was it Payne, the guy that's always talking about the volcanic support? Blazing Vortex. Okay, perfect time to get some volcanic support. Nothing. Did we get any Salomon Great support in that?
No.
No.
Yeah. No.
What fire support did we get?
Did we get any?
I don't think we did.
Nothing blazing, huh?
No.
Not in terms
No.
of flame.
Is that S-Force a fire? Was S-Force like a fire attribute in there?
I don't think there were.
I think there was one.
Was there? I
think
should
so.
know. I should know, right? I run the deck, but yeah. No, I'm pretty sure there wasn't, but I'll double check on the S Force to see if there was any fire. I doubt it though. I think there was, just other stuff. But yeah, it was a little bit of a downer for the people who are looking forward to it and anticipating. But we'll see how it goes. One bit of news I forgot to add, and you all know about this, is the IP Masquerena accessories that were announced. What in November, right? And
yeah,
so
November. I can take a look real quick because I have it already ready to go look at.
The 5th.
Perfect.
The 5th, I believe. Or...
So we are getting what, a playmat, box, sleeves.
November 5th.
Okay, November 5th. We're getting that. And so it's got the new artwork. So that one came out, I think, in Japan through a very interesting set. I've seen a couple people open the boxes, and that IP Masquerena that I think I'm going to call it a Starlight Rare. I could be wrong. I have my rarity wrong. So if you're listening and you can save your insults. But this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But it looks amazing, and I think last I checked, it was still in almost $1,000, if not more, for that card. I was excited when it came out. I was like, I'm gonna buy some, even if it's OCG, I'm gonna buy it. And then I went and looked at the price, and okay, maybe I'm not. I remember Colby, I think I told you, I was like, I guess I'm not getting it. Now there is I want to say it's just a regular secret rare or another rarity just below that, which is a little bit more reasonable at $50. Last I checked, which was a few weeks ago. I'm still not going to bite the bullet on that. So hopefully maybe around November we get that new artwork for IP Masquerena, which, speaking of the waifu tax, I can only imagine what the price is going to be for that.
We're probably gonna look at like 30 or 40 at least.
Yeah.
It might get. You think it'll be in the tins or
Joker's
something?
got it right.
What was that, Prodigy?
What do you think it's going to be in? The tins or any other sets that's coming out this year that it might be in? Predictions?
Honestly, maybe one of those sets where we're kind of like, but I mean, it could very well be tins and an alternate artwork chase card that'll make everybody go nuts and buy out all the tins.
The Dragoon of 2021.
Wait, we still haven't gotten our last little semi box yet. So far, we know of King's Court, so we still got one or two more left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Semi box. You mean like deck sets?
Yes. It could be in there.
Could be.
Because look at how we had Rage of Raw. And even though it had a deck for Raw, it had other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jinzo.
It could.
It's going to give like Red Eyes support.
Yeah, we'll get some kind of Red Eyes support. And then in this box, you can pull an IP Masquerena alternate art. And that will...
We're actually...
blow up the box.
What about the 2021 tins?
Yeah, that's what Prodigy was saying. That's his prediction that it might be in there, and that wouldn't be bad because tins are. I like buying tins. Last year's I was kind of, but it was only because I had all the good cards already, so I was kind of. But for anybody who didn't, great. So I think maybe this year's tins will probably have some reprints or maybe cards that I don't have. And so I'm actually looking forward to it this time. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to the tins, and they're always nice. You guys planning on buying tins?
I'm gonna get one or two because last time I got tins, I only got two of them. One from a giveaway and one I actually bought. I pulled Dragoon off the first one. That one's with you, and then I pulled a Pot of Extravagance, which I traded with Nate.
Nice.
It was 2 for 2 on luck for them.
I ended up buying 12 tins. I think that's a case, right?
Yeah, it's a case.
I gave 6 of them away as giveaways. So me and my kids just opened the other 6, and so many times I pulled that. I think it was like a Beast Warrior fusion. So I was very excited when I saw the card. Then I was like, it's not Dragoon, not Dragoon.
Not Dragoon.
Happened to me once.
One of the people that I gave a tin away to pulled the Dragoon.
Oh man!
Yeah. No. What was awesome though, it was her birthday, and it was even cooler. I remember doing the video, and we did the giveaway to enter. You had to tell a joke to get an extra entry, And so there was only about 3 people that actually put jokes in the comments of the video, and she was one of them. So literally, I said, you know what? First, I said I was going to give away 1. Now I'm going to give away another. I think I ended up doing 3 on that particular giveaway, just 2 surprise ones. And that one was for the ones who told the best jokes. And so I just threw them all, and they were the only 3 that told a joke in the comments. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put you in your own little pool and randomly pick one. And she was the winner. So she was very happy. It arrived like I think the day after her birthday, and she ended up pulling Dragoon. So I'm like, you know what? I'm all one for a happy ending, happy story. So that was good. It made me feel good about that. And Colby, yes, thank you for passing on Dragoon. I did not ask him for it. He just did it out of the kindness of his heart. And so I have it, and I will gladly throw it into any casual deck to
Isn't it currently
up a little bit?
Yeah.
Isn't it currently an Arrow Mage?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So maybe I'll put it in the Sun Avalon deck, because those decks you can just easily get 2 out. Then you go into Anaconda and there's Dragoon. So yeah, it's splashable
Right there.
It very is.
Yeah. So okay, so Lightning Overdrive. We don't have a whole lot of Yu-Gi-Oh news other than that, but one of the topics that has been coming up lately is Toxicity once again, but in the form of your online platform. So example, Dueling Nexus. I don't play EDO Pro or what is the other one, Dueling Book. I don't play those, but I have heard a few people talk about it recently, where you have people just using the most crazy profane language, and people hearing things about their mom and their dad that they never even knew, and it's pretty bad. And that's one of the reasons I don't really like to duel too much with some people I don't know. Now, me personally, I'm kind of I'm picky on who I duel, so I like to I like to have fun. I like things to flow nice. But in terms of online duels, I think I just kind of duel with you guys occasionally, and Augustine, and that's about it. But
and it was actually Augustine that had to deal with the
yes,
yeah, he was in Nexus, and he ended up dealing with one person who was quite toxic.
Yeah. And I've only had a few experiences, and I kind of just laugh it off. I'm old enough now just to be like, okay. And I assume it's somebody that's, again, hiding behind your keyboard and everything, trying to be funny. And I think back, maybe when I was 12, I may have tried to say something like that, because just like in any game, remember I used to play World of Warcraft, and you could somebody would always type in, the F word you in the global chat, and we'd see it. And then right away, we go, okay, kid, welcome to World of Warcraft, And most of the time, it's just kids who are like, "Ooh, I'm online. What can I say? What can I type?" And they get a kick out of this stuff. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe when I was 12, I might have done that. We just didn't have all this cool stuff back then. So
yeah, and for me, it was I'm hoping this should spark back some memories for you guys. COD, Modern Warfare 2 lobbies.
Never played it, but I heard about it. Yeah, you guys may have played it.
Unfound and Joker.
Yeah,
Joker.
I can
tell Joker. Joker definitely.
Maybe he's guilty.
Get the chops, man. You gotta on mic. It's even worse. You gotta get on mic. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I have played Overwatch, a few times with randoms, and they'll blame you for everything. If you're healing, they'll be like, "Well, you didn't use your ult soon enough, and then you're the reason we could have won already. The reason we lost." And it's like, I don't think we lost because of that. That team was way better.
Yeah.
And so even now, when I find myself playing Overwatch, I have to mute it many times. I stay off of team chat, group chat, because sometimes I get a little into it and heated, and then I'm like, okay, next game, let's go win, let's have fun. And so my buddy Ronner, he just cracks up. I can hear him laughing at me in the background. And one of the things we like to do is teabag, so that we just like to just and when they do it back, it's even, I crack up. And somebody's, come back and they do the teabag, and I just start laughing. And so the other day I had a really cool play of the game on Overwatch, and the play of the game caught me teabagging. So then the next day we were playing again, and just opposite happened to me. I was in the play of the game and just straight up teabagged, and I couldn't stop. I thought it was hilarious. But stuff like that, see, I can let that go. Some people get really offended and they'll report you or whatnot. And I got a lot of hate messages occasionally. But getting back to the Yu-Gi-Oh platform.
Hang on. I got one for you.
Yes.
And it's a head scratcher.
Okay.
I played Oops a few days ago.
Okay.
And I was going into my combo. Guy decided to use Nibiru. I played double summon. Now, this was an insult I was given. And to this day, I'm like, what? I was called a vanilla wafer.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what? Let me read that again. So I had to ask him, what do you mean? You're a vanilla wafer. I quit. I'm like,
What is that?
What?
I gotta Google that, guys.
Yeah, I'm still to this day like, huh?
Urban Dictionary. That's what we need to go. Look.
I've been trying to find it on Urban Dictionary. I could not find it anywhere. I'm just like,
most of that stuff scares me when you go to Urban Dictionary, you look it up and like, oh wow, you know. But you save it in your back pocket for a future, use at some point.
I don't think I want to use it. I don't want to call someone a delicious cookie that goes with banana pudding.
Yeah, well, I mean, even nowadays, you call somebody vanilla wafer, and I mean, who knows? I mean, you say that on Twitter and you'll get canceled. Who knows? That's the thing is, I try and use names nowadays, then that's it. But yeah, so that maybe you got somebody who has a pretty strong filter. They were really mad and like, you vanilla wafer. It reminds me of a movie, an old movie called Misery. I don't know if any of you've ever seen it with Kathy Bates. Where she gets mad, she gets out of her car and she's like, "You cockadoodie!" I know people like that who just mix in weird stuff. They want to say something stronger, but they just keep it real simple.
Get Ned Flanders, guys. Don't forget Ned Flanders.
Ned Flanders, yes.
Alkali.
Yeah, I was out one time at I don't know where I was, but I remember I was walking into a store and there was these two elderly gentlemen, probably 60s, 70s, and they were just going back and forth. Who knows what they were mad about? And one guy told the other guy something. The other guy goes out and he points his thumb out and he goes, give him a thumbs down with that noise. And I couldn't help. I just busted up laughing. I thought it was the funniest thing, but he was mad. And I'm gonna do that.
Melted slide whistle?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that to somebody one of these days. I'm like, oh yeah. See what happens. Probably, hopefully don't get punched or anything like that. But yeah. Any experiences, Prodigy? What about you? Have you had any bad experiences on any online other than? I mean, I'm talking like Yu-Gi-Oh specifically. Any of the platforms that you play on?
So far, not as much. I've been playing with you guys mostly on the Yu-Gi-Oh platforms. I did try play on Yu-Gi-Oh Pro with randoms, and so far it's been a good experience.
Good.
I've been doing single duels instead of matches because I feel like people getting angry over time. So go in there, do a match, and get out. I think that's your best bet if you guys want to play randoms.
Yeah.
But so far so good.
Okay.
No complaints.
Okay. Good. Colby, I know you kind of have a mixed experience. I know you've had some good positive ones, and I think you've actually asked me about a couple of Spanish phrases that people have sent to you, and thankfully there was nothing bad. They were good, and but I know you've had some other interesting experiences too, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I ended up like befriending the person. The latest one I actually added on Discord, and we would always like duel each other on Nexus from time to time. And the other ones are just more hateful because I would, for example, with some org, you can't set cards, you can't special summon except wins. You can't use spells, you can't use traps. I have an Omni negate. You can't target my stuff.
Yeah.
Also, the first time they would be destroyed by card effect or battle. No. Or even better with Megalith. You're going first. You're playing Dragon Link. All right, I send Artron to the graveyard. Send level 4. Ooh, Connor, you good? And I would summon a Unicorn. Now, if you don't know what Unicorn does, any monster special summon from the extra deck, effect negated.
Yeah.
Now, how do you play Dragon Link when how do you play Dragon Link when you can't use extra deck?
That sucks, doesn't it?
Here's what the one person did. They cussed me out, and then left.
That's, yeah. Well, Joker, what about you? Online platforms playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Any interesting experiences that you've had?
Well, this is one that's actually bad, and it led to me no longer doing deck profiles.
Okay.
I was making I was making a very fun, like regular reptile profile. Because at first, the one that I did about Infernoble Knights caught on, and I was like, okay, let me just do a casual build. And I put this reptile deck out. Immediately, someone goes, hey, Team Samurai X would ran it this way. Learn to play the game. And I'm like, it's just a casual build. It's for fun. Then this happened. You're trying to play reptiles in this format? We play links. This is why you're never going to get 100 views. I'm like, guys, it's just a fun build. I mean, and the hate and the dislikes kept swarming in that I just took the video off and I decided not to do any more profiles.
Yeah.
I haven't done a profile since.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because I know there are, I think we talked about it a little bit last week, where you have your meta players and they run to whatever Team Sam says and other influencers, but you also have a large part of the community who wants to see casual decks. You might not get 100 views, 1,000 views, whatever it is, but you do have people who can appreciate that. And that's one of the things I do a lot. I don't do deck profiles anymore. I still I'm thinking about bringing some of them back, but for me, it was never about views. It was just like, okay, here's a template. This is not gospel. This is not written in stone. What I do is my strategy. Perfect example was my Rika deck. Now that deck was basically just focused around getting out Teardrop, getting her out there, controlling the field with maybe a trap and a hand trap to kind of help you out because Rika doesn't have a lot of support in that area. But she has that quick effect. And so I got a lot of comments. One of them was, Mudan is a 3. You got to have 3 of those. It's a must. And I'm like, I brick with 3 Mudan. I tried it. I tested it out and I never got anywhere. And so, they have their own strategies. And mine is basically just turbo out Teardrop with a few back row and hope for the best, but it's casual. And I'll add Birus, and I have 2 Lightning Storms, so I'll add those in there to make it a little bit better. But the good thing about that deck is you can put a bunch of hand traps in there because the engine is very small to get that out. Now I can mess around with the other Rika XYZs and other plants and other extra deck monsters, but it's really just based to quickly get out Teardrop. But I did get a lot of comments on that, and so just people had all their different opinions, and I'm thinking, okay, great, play it however you want. Play it your way. That's great. Mine is just a template. So if you want to try it out, try mine out. Now, one thing I was confident in, I could whoop any of those guys' builds still to this day.
Well,
That is true.
Yeah. I am going to try to build a couple of deck profiles up. Just one of War Rocks because, there's tons of hate of that. But I want to build a casual build for that to show how it can be like a blueprint for a deck to play against when you're trying to just play test your other decks. I'm also going to do Oops. It's finally going to happen. Yes. I just got to order my last 6 cards and then it's ready to go. And lastly, I'm going to have help with this whole court deck because I've never done pendulums before. So I'm literally looking at them like, what is this?
Well, yeah.
I got to get a monocle or something and be like, I say, oh, chap, this card does what now?
I can see, play like that with a little monocle as you're playing, Yeah, that I would need. I do need some kind of either or on my phone. I'll look up the cards on my phone and kind of expand it. My eyes just they're still good. I can still see great, but that text is just woof, man. It's pretty rough for me. But and I see what you're saying. Yeah, deck profiles, that's some of the interesting ones where people will just, as soon as they disagree, your deck's trash, casual or whatever. I mean, they will always find something negative to say if you don't have maxed out rarities. I've never gotten into those comments because I just don't give a crap anymore about max rarities. I did when I was younger, when the game first came out, but back then everything was like 1. Everything was on the forbidden. It was limited to 1. So if you wanted a competitive deck, everything was 1 and it was all shiny. So that was cool back then. But nowadays, I mean, everybody will find something to complain about. But as far as getting back to the topic on hand, I mean, when I look at the toxicity and these people who are just using this language, I mean, I always think, what if a little kid was playing and this person decided, you know what, uses all that language, and they see that, how you're affecting that person, and you have some people who might not be able to laugh it off, even adults who kind of get hurt by it. And you can call them soft, call them what you want, but honestly, I have never seen anybody say those things in person, like at a locals or anything like that. And so that's how I look at it. It's okay, you're going to act tough and brave and use all this language online, but in person, you would never do anything like that. I mean, have any of you ever had an experience where somebody used that kind of language in person?
No.
Nah, not
Okay.
for a dual card game. Never.
Yeah.
In person,
Once.
never.
Okay, so Joker, you said once. Let's hear it.
The guy literally, if you played him with any deck, and trigger warning, spoiler warning, this is not for the faint of heart. It didn't matter if you negated a card. He would literally say homophobic slurs. He would cuss you out.
Wow.
And if you got him good, like you got him down to the last 1,000 life points, he would smack your deck and walk off. But he got his comeuppance in a Shonen Jump tournament.
Okay.
He got beat so bad in round 3. We went looking for him. We're like, dude, where'd you go? We found him outside crying, just flat out crying because he lost to, they call him Princess, aka Cesar.
Okay.
Yeah, beat him 2-0, and the guy just didn't even acknowledge him at all. It was just 5 minutes, we're done.
Well.
And he just walked out. We were like, oh.
Hopefully
he got his comeuppance.
Good. And that's one of those things where, I mean, I've always been kind of rowdy. When I was younger, I was a lot more rowdy, and so I think if I would have encountered anybody like that, who knows what would have happened. Now I'm still kind of grumpy, I guess. I don't tolerate stuff like that, but I don't do tournaments anymore either, and that's one of the reasons is people just get on my nerves too quick. I'm gonna say it right off the bat, you know what I mean? I've watched a few when I've been at showtimes, and you see players and people are playing, and you got the those who's like, another hand trap. Oh, just everything is a sigh and everything. One guy was getting so mad, and like, don't you do this? I'm like, what in the heck is wrong with that guy? And they're just so, maybe that's a topic for another episode, maybe, of the types of duelists you encounter in a tournament. But any odd behavior that you've noticed in tournaments in the past or anything?
This is the only one that I know, and it's actually what I do. If I'm in a tournament and someone's just trying to go on their moment, like, oh my God, guys, I can't believe I'm doing this, you will actually see me do this the entire duel. And just as an added insult, I will say this, just to make them lose their cool, and they do misplay afterwards, I'll be like, come on, Team Samurai X played that card. Now you're going to play this card, and then you're going to play that card, followed by the Mystic Mind and the Needle Fiber. They're like, I don't have Needle Fiber. Yes, you do. I don't.
See,
why? Do you have something to...
I like that. That to me is more like the psychological part of the game today, where you can actually cause a misplay. Now, back in my day, when I used to play, back when we used to play GOAT format, we had certain psychology where you could, set a card and, kind of act, there was torrential tribute. Was it mirror force? What was it? What did I have? And sometimes you would just set something random and it would throw them off. They were so afraid of that back row that they didn't attack. I mean, I won a few duels because they were afraid of a card, and it was just a decoy. And so back then you could get away with that. Now people don't care. Like, you have a full back row, they're like, all right, here's full combo, and it's over, unless you have something interesting. So that kind of psychology, I kind of like that, talking through it. And I actually pulled that on Augustine one time. We were dueling, and he was, he's very focused when he duels, like he's just very into it. And so I started talking about random stuff, and he's looking at me, he's like, oh, you're throwing me off. You're messing with me. I was like, yeah, I am messing with you. So, but that, I mean, and I've dueled you, Prodigy, a couple times on remote duels, and you know, we're laughing the whole time. I'm cracking jokes, and you know, so we're going back and forth. I'm very casual when I duel now, and so yeah, like to have fun. But in terms of toxicity, I mean, if you're guilty of this, if you're listening, or if you're watching, and you're the one who cusses people out when you lose, or they play like a dragoon and you automatically go off on them, hey guys, it's all legal. You know, it is the game.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play the game, expect to get hit with Mystic Mine, expect to get hit with Needle Fiber, with Dragoon, whatever it is. You know, expect that. Don't lose your cool. What if there is a kid on the other side? How would you, you know, me as an adult, if it was my daughter or my son playing, it would be pretty upsetting, you know, and nothing you can really do about it, unfortunately. But, you know, maturity plays a big factor in that. I think, you know, if I get whooped, I always tell people, you know, good game, nice deck, nice strategy. And I've had a few times where I have gotten thrashed, and I sometimes I'm impressed by the combos or the way they played certain. Yeah. You know, just like you, Prodigy, when you've thrashed me a couple times during duels, I'm like, that was impressive. Like the one time I think the last time we dueled, when you pulled out that huge combo with your evil twins, and I thought I had it. I thought I had you locked down, but I'm sitting here watching. He's like, okay, now I'm playing, and it just kept getting worse, you know. But I was impressed. You know,
it's been a while since we dueled.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my butt kicked by Colby again here pretty soon.
You're gonna be on Duel Link. I mean, I'm gonna be on Yugioh Pro tonight anyway. So.
Oh, you're gonna be streaming?
Oh no, I don't stream. I just play.
Okay, I need to figure out how to get EDO Pro, because Nexus, as you guys saw earlier, I've been dueling the AI a lot, and the hands that I get sometimes
they're perfect.
Come on, man! And then right away when it's the AI's turn, you that Max C goes straight to the graveyard. I'm thinking, click, you know, we're done. Next duel. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna have to. You guys will have to help me out there. Maybe get me hooked up on EDO Pro somehow. That way, maybe I can join you guys. We can do some replays too, some videos and replays. That would be kind of fun. Yeah,
that'd be fun.
But yeah, so any final words on toxicity? The Joker, you want to add a message to people?
Yeah, people, I am not trying to go after Samurai X. He's a great person, and also he's the one like him and a couple of people from Team APS actually want me to try to do more casual deck profiles. They actually said that they would like to see more casual builds out there, because that way it's not all just competitive. So that's what I'm trying to get back into. So no, this is not me jabbing at them. It's me saying people that treat every deck builder like they have to be like Team Samurai X, those are the toxic ones.
Right.
And that's where it needs to just kind of die down, because we're all beginners at some point, and we're all casuals at the end of the day. It's only when we go to tournaments we're competitive.
Oh yeah.
So that's it.
If I played competitively, then yeah, I would absolutely put together a meta deck and go and try my best. And I can get any card I want, but I choose to play with casual decks because it's fun to me. That's how I enjoy playing the game. Now, does that work for everybody? Absolutely not. So, you know, that's me. What about you, Prodigy? Anything you wanna say, a little message to the people out there?
Yeah, I mean, any deck could be casual or meta. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. You can have one, but not every deck can win, you know, all the time. So I feel like if you're playing the game, you know, win or lose, you spent your time playing the game you love, you should be happy. You know, not everybody can take a loss. I understand everybody has their feelings. You might have spent 3 days, you know, staying up at night making that deck, thinking you're gonna top a tournament. But hey, you know, somebody else did the same thing. You know, everybody's putting their passion into their decks, so that's why they're there, just like you are. So, you know, there's no reason for you to get so upset. But, you know, a loss can be hard. You just got to reel it back sometimes, especially online with all the toxicity. It's not necessary.
Agreed.
Yeah. In person, you know, hey, you might be the guy crying on the corner, but I'm sure you're going to be back next week playing Yu-Gi-Oh again. You know, don't leave the game because of one loss. You know what I mean? It's a game that you love. If you love it, you'll keep playing. That's why.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Colby, what about you? What do you want to let everybody know?
People just, I don't think everyone needs to have a competitive nature, and you don't even need competitive cards. I had held Dragoon, Droplet, and Prosperity. And what did I do with it? Did I use any of them?
He sent them my way.
I didn't
Again,
use them.
I didn't ask. He insisted. And I said, you know what? I'm going to send it back. He goes, well, I'll send them right back. I said, okay, you know, that's too much mail with everything getting lost. I'm keeping them.
Yeah. In short, you don't need to wield all the competitive cards to actually have fun and enjoy the game. Definitely, when I'm online, I try to use casual decks, or even in general, I try to use casual decks. How that works out in the end is a good question, considering after like a week of me playing, it's like, hey, this is now a meta deck. So me and my friends are like, all right, so let's play competitive together. And so me and my friends will play together. Online, I might be more casual.
Mm-hmm.
It's dependent on who you want to go against and how you just want to feel about it. You don't need to be competitive all the time. It's definitely not needed.
Yeah, I agree. Of course, I agree. Right, I'm Mr. Casual over here, and you know, and that's the thing is, you know, be respectful to your fellow duelists, whether it's online or in person. Obviously, in person, you absolutely want to be respectful because you don't know what that other person what they're going through. They could be going through a hard time, and if you disrespect them, who knows what can happen. People are unpredictable, but you can also ruin their day, make it worse. So be good to your fellow duelists, especially online. You know, that all that stuff is uncalled for. If you're a better duelist and you have a better deck, I mean, that's the thing with online. You don't know who you're playing, what you're going up against. You could have, I could go, okay, I'm going to test my Sun Avalon deck, and I could go up against a modern tier 1 meta deck, and they're going to thrash it. So, you know, they might say, oh, your deck's trash, bro, or whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, all right, next duel. You know, to me, I can let it go. Not everybody can. And if you're on the receiving end of that, you know, just consider the source. Okay, don't let some random stranger ruin your day, ruin your night, ruin your fun. Move on. Yeah, they insulted you. They might have typed in some nasty message to you, but don't let it get you down. Don't let that person get you down. It's not worth it. Chances are it's just some immature person, regardless of their age. It could be young or old, whatever, but you know, they're just somebody whose just mind is somewhere else, not with the real world.
And to add on what you said, just because you're not running a tier 1 or tier 2 deck and you're going against a meta deck, it doesn't mean you just lost. It's actually, if anything, it's actually draining you upward. And I actually had this topic with a Gutstein a while back ago. He was wondering like, hey, any tips for like overall just how to get better with Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something along those lines. I'm like, you know, you don't need to run meta decks. And this was at the time he was playing Ice Barriers, which I think everyone can agree it's not a meta deck. It's definitely more like a casual deck.
Yeah.
You know, even Ice Barriers could theoretically take on, say, probably like Dragon Link. It's just more like how you play against it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Is it more likely that Dragon Link's going to win? I mean, more than likely, yeah. But it doesn't mean that you have it doesn't mean that you can't go against it.
Yeah.
Just fine. It's dependent on how you play it. Yeah. You can have a tier 3 deck and go against tier 1 deck. Similar with Math Mech. Math Mech's definitely not a meta deck, but Math Mech can also still the womp against most meta decks because it's like damage.
You get that out there and you can do anything, you know. And thank you for not, you know, for offering advice on how to get better at it. When somebody says, well, how can I get better? And you know, get good, get a better deck.
That's definitely not the case. From what I understand, it's not more so of getting a better deck, it's understanding how those better decks function.
Right.
You know, if you know what is the most hurtful thing to stop, then you basically won. If I'll throw this one out there because I think it's kind of obvious, but and it's already on the topic. Dragon Link.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to do once you stop LP?
Nothing.
Well, what happens next? what do they do?
Yeah.
They can use Pisty.
Yeah.
Or even better, what happens if you draw them when they go into Striker Dragon and get that one field spell? What do they do next?
Listeners, take notes because this is one of the ways you can stop dragon things. Well, thank you, Colby. So let's transition over to the card that that we want to talk about here, which is Dark Honest. Very awesome looking card, cool effect. I'm excited about it. Joker, share your thoughts with us on this new card. I know you want 3 of them.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting on this card.
Man's really be wanting it.
Oh, it's going into a bunch of different dark decks because I got so many different ideas for them. First of all, Dark World. Gee, I wonder why. Second deck is going to go into my reptiles.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, I wonder why. You see where this is going, don't you?
Yes.
Now,
Yep.
the third deck is going to kind of throw everybody off, and it's like, wait, where are you going with this? Destiny Hero.
Okay.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already know what you're doing.
Okay, you see where this is going.
It's not that hard.
I don't even have to explain the deck after that point.
Yeah.
But for Dark World, it's like, seriously, what are you going to do when I start getting that combo together? And all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I'm going to activate Battle Mania. Everybody has to attack now. Okay. We're just going to attack. Dark Honest. Question. How bad do you want this?
Yeah. I like it.
I remember
it.
when I was making bears, and this is on top of with Dark World. I
Mhm.
debated up in there with bears because if everything becomes dark and I contribute a dark, this is a quick effect tribute. I thought in theory I would just tribute a dark. It still has to be level 7 or higher, but if it is level 7 or higher and that field spells up, you contribute your opponent's monster.
Nice.
It's a quick
Okay.
effect kaiju.
That's pretty
Love
cool.
it. Love it. Well, that's interesting. Mr. Prodigy, your thoughts on Dark Honest?
I just love that Konami is bringing back the nostalgia with I'm with Honest. I mean, I
Mhm.
remember when Honest first came out, when you had the little Game Boy games and Honest was on there, and your opponent
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put Honest on the field and increase my monster's attack, and you gotta attack into it." That was like one of the worst feelings in the game. And this is before the hand trap was a term, I guess. I don't know. This is just like, why do you have this card? But Dark Honest is pretty cool. The artwork is amazing. I just love the throwback feeling. It was well deserved. It's one of those cards that kind of set the game, I think, to me. Honest, anyways.
Yeah, honest, and being that honest is just what lights, right? It only increases your
Yeah.
light monster
Like,
attack. So they had that nice advantage, which they still do. You can still use honest. I'm sure some players still do. I'm not too keen on which decks do, but it's still obviously a pretty decent card to use. Now, Dark Honest opens up a whole new, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but at least Dark Honest works with these dark monsters. So I know my zombies, a lot of those are dark. So I'm excited to really test that out. And I'm sure I have a few others when I look at the actual attributes to see which ones it can be used with. So I'm excited for it. If anything, I want to get 3 just to have a playset just for my personal collection. Whether I use them or not, we will see. But I'm very hyped about it. I'm excited for it. So if I get anything, it's going to be Dark Honest.
Black Wings.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Good example.
I mean, the possibilities are endless, right? And we can do a lot with that card. So okay, so I'm excited for that, and I'm sure somebody will figure out a way to break it in certain decks, and of course then people will be wanting ban Dark Honest, limit it to 1, ban it, just anytime a card comes out and it's good, people are already calling for the ban.
I will find the reason to break it. Don't worry.
There you go. That's Colby's job. Is his work is cut out for him. Find a reason to break it, and I'm looking forward to seeing everything come out, especially with your casual profiles, Joker. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come out with on there. Maybe we'll have to do like a Discord casual tournament or something like that. We'll figure that out.
That'd be kind of fun.
Point. Yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah.
No meta decks.
Well, I better hurry up and use oops before it becomes meta.
We can make our own casual meta. That's even we can make a casual meta. So yeah, that doesn't exist. But anyways, well, very nice. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we are hitting our time here. Let's go ahead and do our goodbyes here. And if there's what we'll do is, if you guys want to say anything, leave the listeners with something you want to say, but also let them know where they can find you on your Instagram, your Twitter, your YouTube. So let's go ahead and start with Shadowhaunt Joker.
As always, you can find me on Twitter as Shadowhaunt Joker and on my YouTube, Shadowhaunt Joker. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Silver-Eyed Poet, where the luck will always be on your side.
That is right.
Wasn't on mine. Where's my collector rare?
Maybe he absorbed it.
Isn't she a beauty?
Yeah, he absorbed your luck, Colby. Sorry, it was a reverse effect. So, yeah. Unfound Prodigy.
Hey, as you guys know, you can find me on YouTube at Unfound Prodigy, Twitter, Prodigy_Unfound, and on Instagram, Unfound Prodigy also. Let's see here, something to say. I guess you guys could look forward to more episodes. I think we'll start bringing in more guests later. I have somebody in the works that might want to come on the show, so be ready for that, guys. Get ready for some guests. We're gonna have some cool conversations.
We are
get
ready.
for that.
We are ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know I have a few in mind. I know Joker, I'm sure you do too. So yeah, get those lists together. And if you're interested, reach out to us. We'd love to bring you on at some point as a guest. Doesn't matter if you're a big or small channel or page, whatever it is. We like to talk with people who are kind of like us, So Colby.
I guess I can plug my Instagram now that I said I helped a friend out understand the games. So TDC Yugioh. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. If you want to know how to break cards, such as Numeron Trick.
Yeah, and Colby, you've done a great job. Anytime I know you've brought several subscribers onto the channel just from dueling them in online platforms. So keep up that positive energy. Really appreciate it. And me, I'm basically YouTube, Team Fuerte Gaming. May change the name at some point again. And then Instagram, _El Toro Fuerte. Now I am on Twitter, but Twitter just is not for me. I just scroll, so I'm not really active on Twitter. I kind of more of an observer on Twitter. But Instagram is my favorite platform, and now these podcasts with you gentlemen. So thank you all. Thank you for listening. We appreciate your support. War Rock for life. That's right. All right. So I'm looking forward to that. So thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. Look forward to those future guests and another episode next week. So everybody be good to each other. And we will see you all next week.
Everybody's just pulling out cards. Oh man, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Oh my god.
See you guys.
See ya.